When a relationship enters a dark winter, it is incredibly easy to feel completely blinded by the pain. Every disagreement feels monumental, every silence feels icy, and the emotional distance between you and your partner can feel as vast as an ocean. You look at the person across from you and wonder where the laughter went, where the ease went, and if the love you once shared has permanently evaporated. Take a deep, slow breath, settle into a comfortable space, and let your mind quiet down. If you have clicked on this video, it is very likely because you are standing at an emotional crossroads. You are sitting in the quiet weight of a relationship that feels fractured, fragile, and heavy. Perhaps you are asking yourself the most painful question anyone in love can ask. Is it time to finally let go? Or is there still something here worth fighting for? But relationships do not always end when they get hard. In fact, many relationships go through profound periods of shaking not because they are dying, but because they are being forced to shed old, unhealthy layers. It is entirely possible to feel disconnected, exhausted, and hurt, while still sitting on a foundation that can be completely restored. Today, we are going to walk through 5 unmistakable, gentle signs that your relationship can still be saved. These are not loud, dramatic declarations of love. Instead, they are quiet, subtle signals beneath the surface that prove the roots of your connection are still alive, still holding on, and still capable of blooming again. Let us explore these signs together, with patience and absolute grace. The first sign that your relationship can still be saved is that your conflict is fueled by frustration, not indifference. It sounds strange to think of arguments as a positive signal, but in the world of relationship psychology, anger and frustration are actually forms of emotional investment. When people are arguing, when they are crying, and when they are desperately trying to make themselves understood, it means they still care about the outcome. They are still actively fighting for the relationship, even if the way they are fighting is messy, exhausting, and counterproductive. The true opposite of love is not hate or anger. The true opposite of love is indifference. Indifference is the cold, flat line of a relationship. It is the moment when you look at your partner and you no longer care enough to argue. It is the moment when they forget to call, or when they say something hurtful, and you simply shrug your shoulders because you have emotionally checked out. When a relationship reaches total apathy, the energy is gone. But if you still feel a sharp sting of frustration, if you still feel that burning desire for things to be better, and if your partner still gets upset because they want to feel closer to you, that friction is proof of life. It means the fire is still burning. It is just producing too much smoke right now because the fuel is damp with resentment. Frustration is nothing more than a misdirected cry for connection. It means both of you are still knocking on the door, hoping the other person will open it. If the emotional energy is still there, it can be redirected away from destruction and channeled toward healing. The second sign is the presence of underlying accountability. Think carefully about the conversations you have after a storm has passed. When the shouting stops, the tears dry, and the room goes quiet, what happens next? In a relationship that is fundamentally broken, you will find a total vacuum of responsibility. Both people will sit firmly in their self-righteousness, pointing fingers, refusing to budge, and waiting for the other person to bend the knee. But if your relationship has a chance, you will notice a very specific shift during the quiet aftermath. Even if it takes a few hours, or even a few days, there is a moment where at least one of you, and eventually both of you, can look at the situation and say, "I am sorry for how I spoke to you. I shouldn't have reacted that way." Accountability does not mean you suddenly agree on everything. It simply means that your love for your partner is still greater than your desire to protect your ego. It means that when you see the pain in your partner's eyes, your heart softens enough to acknowledge your role in causing it. If you or your partner still possess the capacity to feel genuine remorse, and if you still care about comforting each other after an argument rather than just winning the debate, the foundation of humility is intact. And wherever there is humility, forgiveness and rebuilding are always possible. The third sign that your relationship can still be saved is the survival of a shared history and shared humor. When you are deeply mired in conflict, it feels like the current misery retroactively poisons everything you have ever built together. You look back and everything feels blurred by the present darkness. But pay very close attention to the rare, spontaneous moments of lightness that break through the clouds. There's still an inside joke that can make both of you smile, even during a tense week. Is there a specific memory, a familiar song, or a silly habit that instantly breaks the tension, even if only for a brief 5 seconds? Can you still look across a crowded room and share a knowing glance that requires absolutely no words? These tiny, fleeting moments are what psychologists call emotional echoes. They are proof that the beautiful country you built together over the years has not been wiped off the map. It is still there, buried beneath a layer of dust and disappointment. If you can still laugh together, even for a moment, it means your core friendship is still alive. Friendship is the ultimate safety net of a romantic relationship. When the romance feels strained and the passion is resting, a strong underlying friendship is the anchor that keeps the ship from drifting out to sea during the storm. You can rebuild a romance if the friendship is still breathing. The fourth sign is that you both still see a shared future, even if that future currently looks cloudy. Close your eyes for a moment and think about your life 5, 10, or 20 years from now. When you imagine your milestones, your quiet mornings, your struggles, and your triumphs, is your partner still the person you picture standing next to you? When you think about walking away from this relationship, does the relief of escaping the pain instantly get swallowed up by a deep, profound sense of grief over losing them as your life partner? Now look at your partner. When they talk about the future, whether it is a vacation next summer, a career move next year, or a house they want to buy down the road, do they still naturally include you in that narrative? If the answer is yes, it means that despite the current turbulence, your deep-seated identities are still intertwined. Your souls have not given up on the vision you cast together. The pain you are experiencing right now is localized. It is a difficult chapter, but your heart still recognizes that it is not the end of the entire book. When two people are still anchored to the same horizon, they have a powerful reason to navigate through the rough waters. You aren't just holding on to what was, you are holding on to what can still be. The fifth and perhaps most profound sign that your relationship can still be saved is a shared willingness to learn a new way of loving. A relationship cannot survive if both people insist on staying exactly the same while expecting the dynamic to magically change. The definition of insanity is repeating the same behaviors and expecting a different result. But look closely at the choices you are both making right now. Are you listening to videos like this, looking for answers? Is your partner open to reading a book, attending counseling, or sitting down to have a completely different kind of conversation? Even if the steps you are taking are incredibly small, clumsy, and imperfect, the sheer existence of effort changes everything. A relationship does not require perfection to heal. It simply requires a shared direction. If both of you are tired of the old cycle, and you are both willing to say, "The way we have been doing things isn't working, and I am willing to learn how to do this better," then your relationship is already changing. You are moving out of the phase of reactive pain and entering the phase of conscious creation. You are no longer just surviving the relationship. You are actively choosing to evolve for a doubt. If you recognize these 5 signs in your relationship, even if they feel incredibly faint, like a distant whisper, I want you to take a long, deep breath and let your heart rest. You are not pouring energy into a dead space. You are holding a bond that is tender, bruised, and highly sensitive, but one that still possesses an incredible capacity to regenerate. Healing a relationship that is saving itself does not happen overnight. It is a slow, quiet, daily art. It happens when you choose to take a breath before reacting. It happens when you offer a gentle touch instead of a cold shoulder. It happens when you prioritize understanding your partner over being right. Trust the roots that you have spent months, years, or decades growing together. They are deeper than this current storm. Step forward into tomorrow with softness, with radical patience, and with the beautiful knowledge that the love you are fighting for is still very much alive, waiting quietly for the spring to return. If this message brought a sense of peace to your heart today, take a moment to carry that peace back into your home. Be exceptionally gentle with your own emotions, and extend that same gentle grace to the person you love. Thank you for sharing this quiet space, and may your journey back to each other be filled with comfort, light, and steady healing.